Africa is a continent full of potentials and diversity, and in recent years, several countries have continued to stand out as economic leaders. When we talk about the strongest economies in Africa, we are not only talking about nations with large population or land size, but those whose economic activities, productions, and trade value make them pillars of the continent. A strong economy means a country that produces many goods and services, has growing industries, creates jobs, and can manage its resources wisely. It also means the government can provide basic needs like electricity, good roads, and stable prices. Though every country faces challenges, some nations in Africa have made remarkable progress and now lead the continent in economic strength. South Africa is one of the best examples of a strong African economy. It has one of the largest economies on the continent, and unlike many other nations that depend mainly on one source of income, South Africa is highly diversified. It produces gold, platinum, and diamond. It has advanced industries that manufactures cars, other goods, and its finance and banking sector is among the best in Africa. South Africa's infrastructure, its roads, ports, and the internet is also more developed than many other countries, helping businesses operate more smoothly. However, it is not without problem. The country struggles with high unemployment rates, especially among young people, and constant electricity shortage known as load shedding. There is also a wide gap between the rich and the poor. Many people live in poverty even though the country is rich in natural resources still. South Africa remains a leader both industrially and financially and continues to attract investors from around the world. Another player in Africa's economic sense is Egypt. The Pharaoh's economy is one of the largest in Africa, supported by several key sectors such as tourism, manufacturing, agriculture, energy. One of its greatest advantages is the Suez Canal, one of the most important waterways in the world, which connects Europe and Asia through the Red Sea and generates huge income for the government. Egypt also has a large population, which means a big market for goods and services. When businesses produce and sell more to such a large population, it helps the economy grow. But Egypt also faces its own struggle. Inflation and high price make life difficult for many families, and the government has borrowed heavily, increasing national debt. At times, political tensions affect investors' confidence. Yet Egypt continues to show resilience with tourism slowly recovering and industries expanding. Algeria is another strong African economy. It is rich in oil and natural gas, and these resources form the backbone of its economy. The income from oil exports helps fund the government and pays for public services. Because of its location in North Africa, close to Europe, Algeria also has the advantage of easy access to the European market. This makes trade faster and more profitable. However, Algeria's economy depends too heavily on oil and gas. When global price drop, the economy suffers. It needs to build more industries beyond energy like manufacturing, agriculture, and technology to reduce its dependence. Bureaucracy and complicated business rules also discourage some investors. Despite these challenges, Algeria remains one of the top economies in Africa with consistent government efforts to improve industrialization and attract more investment. Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation, also rank among the continent's economic giants. It was once Africa's largest economy by GDP and still holds a strong position today. Nigeria's economy is powered mainly by oil and gas, but there is more to it. The country has a growing service sector, strong banking and telecommunication industries, and a vibrant information market where millions of small traders earn their daily income. Agriculture continues to play a major role, providing jobs and food for millions with over 200 million people. Nigeria has one of the biggest markets in Africa. However, the country also faces tough challenges. Poor electricity supply, bad roads, and insecurity in some areas make it difficult for businesses to thrive. Inflation and currency instability also affect the value of people's earnings. Yet Nigerians are known for their resilience and creativity. Many young people are finding new opportunities in technology, fashion, and entertainment, helping to drive the economy forward despite the difficulties. Ethiopia is another country that has surprised many observers with its rapid growth. Though it is not as large as the first four in GDP size, it is one of the fastest growing economy in Africa. Agriculture plays a big role, but the government has invested heavily in building infrastructure such as road, railway, power station. These projects have created jobs and connected more parts of the country. The rise of the new industry, especially in manufacturing and textiles, has also attracted investors from Asia and Europe. However, Ethiopia still struggles with poverty and political tension, conflict in some areas, and dependence on foreign aid slow down development. Drought and climate challenges also affect its farming sector, but despite these problems, Ethiopia remains one of the African brightest hope, showing how determination and proper planning can change a nation's story. When we compare these countries, South Africa has a GDP of about $373 billion, followed by Egypt with about 348 billion. Algeria with about $270 billion, Nigeria with about $260 million, and Ethiopia with about $210 billion. These numbers shows that Africa economy is not small at all, though wealth is not equally shared. A large GDP does not mean that every citizen is rich. Many people in these countries still live on low income, but the size of their economy gives them the ability to grow faster and provide more opportunity if managed well. What makes this economy strong or able to stay strong are several important factors. First, they are learning to diversify. Depending on only one product like oil can be dangerous because prices can rise and fall suddenly. Countries like South Africa and Egypt have learned to develop many sectors to balance their growth. Second is political stability and good laws helps build investors' confidence. Businesses want to operate in countries where they can trust the system. Third is good infrastructure such as road power and internet makes it easier to trade and produce goods. The fourth is having a large population means there is always a local market to buy and sell goods, which keeps money circulating within the country. Finally, education and skills are vital. A strong economy is built on healthy and educated citizens who can create, build, and innovate. Even with these strengths, African economies face common problems. Inequality remain high, meaning a small number of people control most of the wealth. Corruption and poor governance reduce the benefit of growth, while bad roads, power shortage, and weak infrastructure limit progress. Many governments also owe large debt to foreign lenders, which makes development slower because a big part of national income goes into repayment. Climate change, drought, and global price changes also affect African economy more than others. For ordinary people, the strength of these economies matters a lot. A stronger economy means better job opportunity, more stable prices, and improved living conditions. It means better access to healthcare, schools, and roads, yet the benefit may take time to reach everyone. Africa's strongest economies have shown that growth is possible, but progress requires effort, discipline, and fairness. With better leadership and investment in people, Africa's biggest economies can open the door to a brighter and more balanced future for the entire continent.